No video today. Welcome, everybody, to the Post Up on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. We all just watch the same game, right? I don't know about you guys. I am uncontrollably hyped right now. My voice is kind of cracked a little bit. I was screaming. The Heat beat the Brooklyn Nets. And, there's a bunch of other context that goes around that, but who cares? We beat the Brooklyn Nets, and Bam had a game-winning shot. Ariel, your name looks like it has a lot of energy in it. I want to hear all the energy from you guys tonight because I'm feeling great. We won this game. Herro, what are your thoughts about this game?
Great game. That was a heck of a game. Win or lose, I probably would have been happy with the game regardless. But as we all know, the Heat are at a point in the season where, there aren't really any moral victories. You need to get wins. It's put up or shut up time. And I thought that they showed up today. Look, it's unfortunate that Kevin Durant couldn't finish the game and he got hurt in the first quarter. But, man, overall, I thought the Heat played a really good game. They stuck in there the whole way. The shooters, I think they shot the ball pretty well. I haven't even looked at the stats. It was such a good game, and I was focused on it. But, man, Bam was exceptional down the stretch. I thought he had some, hey, Royal, surprise guest appearance. I like the jersey.
Comeback season,
Let's
baby.
fucking go!
Yes,
Sir.
yes,
Sir.
bro. What a game.
Yes,
What a
sir.
win.
Have me, man.
Hey, we got a Bam game-winning jumper one-on-one. He took that clock all the way down to about 3 seconds, made his move, pulled up, buried the game winner, game, blouses. He's a max player. I don't want to hear he's not a max player. I don't want to hear all the stupidity that I've seen on Heat Twitter the last couple of days. That was awesome.
That was fucking great. Who's
I
hosting?
agree.
I don't know. I'm just here.
I guess, it can be you, Royal. I'm just here at this point. I'm just a fan. I got the energy.
You ready? You ready to come back, Royal?
No,
Or you just wanna be a fan? You wanna be a fan?
I'll come back
All right,
tomorrow.
You know what? I got some takes, but I believe in letting Brian speak. So, hey, buddy, open
What's
your
up?
face, talk, say something.
I just did. I said words, but that was
No,
a fantastic
no.
game. That game made me so happy, man. Just I was with the whole moral victory. Even if they lose, it's whatever. But how can you not like a game ending on a Bam fucking ISO jumper? Who came up with the famous line? If you don't like that, you don't like basketball. That shit was
Brent
amazing.
Napier,
Listen,
Sacramento
Kings announcer, I
Kings,
think. Yep.
announcer.
All right,
Former
well-
Kings announcer.
Shots up for Bam. I'm taking a shot after this for my guy.
Oh, absolutely. And it's
also
it's 3 p.m. by you.
Oh yeah, keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get me something to drink right now.
Yeah, I can take shots at fucking 3. I'm an adult. I can drink responsibly. Also, just shout out to the whole team, man. We had 6
Yeah.
double-figure scores. Dewayne Dedmon had a double-double in 15 minutes. This was just great basketball all around. I'm just in a great mood right now.
Yeah,
That
no.
was awesome.
Feeling fan. We're going to get to everybody, right? There's so much positives to take away from this game. Everything you wanted to see, put up or shut up, like Ariel said, we got that today. And, it wasn't a blowout or whatever, but this is the kind of game that the Heat needed to win. They needed to win a dogfight. They needed to show Jimmy they could win a dogfight without him. And you don't know what this could do. This could turn the season around. So shout out AJ Hernandez for the donation. The boys are feeling good. The boys are feeling – how are the boys feeling? How are the boys feeling?
Oh, that boy feeling good.
The boys feeling great.
Listen.
Great.
Okay, so yeah, listen. This game is one of the games that I genuinely expected us to win this game. We're an up and down team. We have been all season long, and I expected us to be competitive in the game without Jimmy against one of the better teams in the league. But I did not expect everything that we saw in this game. I did not expect Spo to adjust his rotations and put Dedmon and KZ in front of Bielitsa and Precious. That was something that I didn't see coming. And Dedmon looked solid out there. He did exactly what we needed from our guys as a backup big. And you just go out there and be big as shit, bro.
Yeah.
Go out there and just stand up with your arms up, contest shots at the rim, make sure that you get in the way. And I think that was something that this team really needed. So I want to go around and talk about some of the individual games. We'll start with Dedmon because we want to think I got D for the $5 dono. He said Bam played like a role player besides the game-winning shot.
No, he did
You're wrong.
not. He was
Listen,
phenomenal
He turned
defensively.
the ball over a lot. That was the
Phenomenal.
problem.
Okay, so let's talk about the man of the hour. Let's talk about Bam Adebayo, and we'll go individually. Thank you, Poetic Lifestyle, for the $4.99 dono. He said Jimmy motivated the hell out of Bam. What a game winner.
He's
Absolutely.
back.
So we'll start with Idris up there. Idris, How did you feel about the game from Bam tonight?
Listen, Bam, first of all, defensively put on a masterclass today. He was spectacular. Switch, like this is one of the games where we did the switches and they worked, right? Because he was on Kyrie and it was, I mean, Kyrie had nowhere to go. I think like Landry Shamet was probably the only guy that got him an ISO. I don't know, God knows how that happened. But Landry Shamet was on one. But Bam played great defensively. My problem offensively was, especially down the stretch where they went on an 11-0 run, and it was turnover after bad shot after forcing it. And it was like, I think Bam understood that he needed to try to take the game over, but he wasn't letting the game come to him. And then once he started just kind of playing in his, like, just feeling things out, seeing where he could get his own buckets, then he played fantastic for the last 4 minutes of that game. And that's ultimately one of the reasons that we won the game. I think he had like 6 rebounds down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Like every single ball that went up, Bam got it. Offensive rebound that Dragic got, Bam tipped it to Dragic, out to Ariza. He got a bucket. Bam killed it. 7 turnovers was iffy, but I mean, 21, 15, and 5 with the type of defense that he was playing, I can't complain at all. He got the game winner. He got the win. He showed up when we needed him, and that's all there is to be said.
I think everybody's going to kind of boil this game down to that last shot. And rightfully so. It was a phenomenal shot. And what I particularly liked about it is Bam telling people to get the hell out the way. Mm-hmm. Like that's when he got that ball, somebody was coming and he was like, no, move your ass out the way. I'm finna do this. And it's like win, lose, put it on my shoulder. And that's what we've been looking for from Bam in terms of aggressiveness. I think I've heard everybody talk but Ricky. So, Ricky, I want you to put Bam's game in perspective for us, bro.
Okay, so I am actually very pleased with the way Bam played tonight. I really am. Mainly because 21 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. And you know what? The 7 turnovers, believe it or not, I'm actually happy to see that many turnovers from him. I'm not expecting him to average anywhere close to that. But you know what that's an indicator of? More aggressive play. It's a transition period for him. Because no one's going to go from passive role player getting paid max money in about 6 months to 27 and 15 in one game. That doesn't happen. These things take time. It's a transitional period. Remember, this is the same Bam Adebayo that dropped, I think, 41 on the Nets just a couple of months ago. All right. His play tonight gave you a glimpse of what he can be when someone lights a fire under him. And the thing with Bam is that he doesn't necessarily need someone to do that. He doesn't need Jimmy to light a fire under him. You're talking about a guy who impressed the Heat scouts so much to the point where during his workout before the draft, they were sending everybody at him, and it was almost as if he was offended at the caliber of the players they were sending at him. He has a competitive drive that already exists.
Somebody saw that.
No, well, I mean, I did, but I've known this anyways. Like this is common knowledge. For anybody paying attention.
Wikipedia, we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Better redneckinize. But yeah. But so the thing with Bam is that you started to see a bit of a transition in the fourth quarter. You saw a player that was affecting the game on both ends of the floor. There's a reason Kyrie wasn't getting to the basket at will. And when you consider the fact that Bam has been as active and as aggressive as he has been, especially in this fourth quarter, I honestly thought he was going to get 20-20 tonight with the way he was grabbing boards. Now, ultimately, I think this could very well be a turning point. Huh? Yeah, he got close. I mean, he finished with 15. He finished with 15. But the thing is, I think at this point, this could very well be a kind of turning point for this team, which could very well be, it's very similar in many ways to the 2006 regular season. This was a regular season game on ABC between the Miami Heat and the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons were up by around 14 points in that fourth quarter, and things were starting to slip away. And then a switch just flipped in Dwayne Wade. He led the Heat all the way back, hit a game winner with a few seconds left in that game, and from that moment on, the Wade that would eventually go on to dominate the NBA Finals that year was essentially born, even after what we saw in the playoffs that time before. So Bam, I hope this is a turning point for him, and I'm excited. I really am. I'm really happy to see what he did.
Absolutely. So we want to thank our guy Rico Baptiste for the $4.99 dono. He said, guys, let's not be prisoners of the moment. We need to string up more games like this. I absolutely agree. But if we're going to rail on this team every time that they lose, then we're damn sure going to celebrate when they win an awesome game like the one that they won today. So, Brian, I want you to talk some about Bam's game because Ricky mentioned it, the way that he was stonewalling Kyrie Irving's ass on defense. I have never seen Rudy Gobert. What's the other dude campaigning for his defensive player of the year?
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. Yeah. So talk about what you saw from Bam's defense tonight and his overall game. You are frozen, brother.
Ooh. You're on mute too.
I muted myself. Yeah. So like Gad said, Bam put on a defensive masterclass, right? And this has obviously been the more consistent part of his game all year. But when you see Bam, I mean, not only within the first few minutes, Blake Griffin got a post up, Bam stonewalls him, and to go from that to guarding Kyrie Irving on the perimeter, Kyrie putting on his classic move on Bam and it is nothing, right? I don't know, man. I feel like who obviously has made an all NBA defensive team, but I think within the next couple of years, Ricky
had
Kyrie on lock, defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
it's a great point.
Oh, thank you, Chris Champ Graham. Yeah. No, I was gonna say, this guy could be a defensive player of the year candidate for years to come, the next decade, man. This guy is a special defensive talent. I mean, I don't think that he has the notoriety in the sense of the media. I don't know if he has that kind of cachet to really get those votes this year. But within the next couple of years, I could absolutely see him being the defensive player of the year. I just don't think that. Obviously guys like Rudy Gobert have the counting stats, the block highlights, whatever, but he's not guarding Kyrie Irving on a switch, and
he doesn't have anything else.
Exactly. So Ariel, I kind of want you to give us the. Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't finished. Go ahead, Brian.
No. I was just gonna say, Bam is easily top 2 defender in the league. I don't know who else you're gonna. I'm just saying. I'm saying 2 to be generous, but we know what this man's capable of.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Ariel, I kind of want you to give us the basketball perspective of why that dude is wrong saying Bam played like a role player for most of the game.
Because, I mean, that's reason 1. Reason 2 is, look, he didn't have the best offensive game for a lot of this game, but I think Gad made the good point before that if his usage is up as high as it is, right, like the ball is in his hands more, he's having to make more decisions to an extent that he's not generally used to. And so it's going to result in some turnovers. There were some plays for sure where he's making the pass that isn't there or, trying to force the ball into tight spots, and it'll result in a turnover here and there. But the mark of a superstar is he can correct that performance. And then in the fourth quarter, we saw him just absolutely take over down the stretch when the game is close and the Heat just don't have anybody else they can go to consistently for offense. He took that game over. He was involved in everything. And if we're excluding the fourth quarter, the reason that he hadn't played like a role player up until that point is though his offense was not phenomenal. Defensively, he was a monster. We've been talking about what he was doing to Kyrie Irving when he got switched out to him, but he was everywhere, getting in the passing lanes. He only had 2 steals. I felt like he probably should have had more, but he at the very least, made defensive plays that led to more turnovers. So he doesn't get credited with the steal every single time, but he was unbelievable. He was blowing up actions. He was rotating, switching out to everybody. He's just a monster. And Brian, you're being unselfish. Oh, no, sorry. You said you're being generous by calling Bam a top 2 defensive player in the league. He's a top 1 defensive player in the league right now, buddy. He is the best defensive player in the NBA. The only other guy that I think has an argument and can do the things that Bam does on defense all over the floor, matched up against anybody, is Ben Simmons. That's the only argument I'll hear. Nobody else is a better defender consistently than Bam is right now.
Don't worry, Ben Simmons will be leading his own campaign to let you know how good of a defender he is. I want to thank Champ Graham again for the $4.99 dono. He said he should be in the conversation this season. He just doesn't have the national support. I 100% agree. Let's talk about another guy who kind of helped us when Bam's offensive game wasn't quite clicking. That's Goran. We've been trashing this man all season for the way that he's played. And tonight, that man absolutely showed up and shut me up for at least a day anyway, until he returns to form tomorrow. Gad, what did you see from Goran today?
No, I saw someone who he was kind of bending when he was going to the rim, and he knew he couldn't get by people, so he would kind of lower his shoulder a little bit to then be able to bend around somebody, and just being able to collapse the defense just with that slight bend made all the difference for this offense tonight. Not saying that our offense was perfect, but Goran showed up when you needed him to. He was able to get you a bucket down the stretch. I thought this was one of his better defensive performances, which doesn't say too much, but I mean, it's better than what we've been accustomed to. So I was really, really happy with the way Goran played. He showed up in a game that we needed him to show up. Like, we needed a lot of things to go right to win this game, and he wasn't efficient, but honestly, I don't care. Like, this is one of those games where you needed people to take shots, and he was one of the people that was taking them. So I thought Goran played pretty solid.
Yeah, so I'm going to Heat latest for our girl, Maddie. She just told me to look up whatever she posted. So while I'm doing that, Ricky, I want you to talk about the game that you saw from Goran tonight.
I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Ricky.
There we go.
How about now? We good? We good? My bad. It's
good,
I'm pressing the mute button on my mic. Yeah. Here's the thing. This is the Goran that we know. Okay, it's the Goran that we know, and oh my God, that's fantastic. Shout out to Hoodie Maddie. We need more Hoodie Maddie sightings. I'm gonna say that now. But yeah, here's the thing. What I've been saying about Goran all season is that here's the thing. He came into the season recovering from an injury that pretty much knocked him out of the playoffs last season. He's been dealing with the injury bug all year, and he's 34 years old. It takes longer for guys like that to come back from that. And when you consider what muscles he needs to attack the basket, Goran isn't a guy who can age gracefully into some sort of knockdown shooter from deep. That's just not the kind of player he is. So when the injuries start to pile up, you will start to see him slow down. Tonight was a night in which he had a good night. These games are going to be a little bit fewer and further between the older he gets. But if you can get at least one of these games every round, it puts Miami in pole position if everybody else is healthy. Because Goran Dragic had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He shot 6 for 16 from the field, 3 for 9 from deep, and he only had about 2 turnovers, but he managed 1 steal to kind of make up for that. Goran is not supposed, like, if we can get that from Goran every few nights, great. If we can get Vic back healthy, even better. It just adds to the depth of this team. But I'm just pleading with not just my fellow panelists here, but everyone in the comments and on Heat Twitter. Goran Dragic is not the Goran Dragic that led the Suns to a sweep of the Spurs like 10 or 12 years ago. You got to appreciate what he gives you today and understand that he's working as hard as he can to give you performances like this. Nobody's harder on Goran than he is right now, and you got to be happy for him tonight after this performance. Without that layup, yeah, we can talk about he's 6 for 16, but if he was 5 for 16, this game goes to Brooklyn. So let's be happy about that.
Fabulous points. I got 4 or 5 donos I need to get to. Thank you, Poetic Lifestyle, for the $4.99 dono. He said, Dedmon showing Precious how it's supposed to be done down low. Hope he learned and staying humble as he rides the bench. Well, that seems to be going to be his role. I think Gad tweeted it today. Like, those backup minutes, those are now Dedmon's minutes until he loses. Thank you to our guy Beletsky Pierre for the $4.99 dono. He said, I'm happy Dedmon playing good. It's best for Precious to sit out, watch and learn, and come back better next year. He's just not ready. Look, I also want to caution you guys on the Dedmon thing too. It's kind of like what Rick was just saying about Goran. It's not going to be consistent, but he does provide something that Precious doesn't have, and that's savvy, like veteran savvy, and he's just a bigger person. To be on there right now. I want to thank our guy Stevie Williams for the $5 dono. He said Dedmon in the region was big, great signings. KZ still playing scared. Look, KZ gave us some good minutes too. Like he wasn't as great as we would have liked. He still got lost a few times, but I personally,
I'm ready to talk KZ.
Don't worry, you don't get to talk KZ first. The stockholder, the majority share owner of the KZ stock gets to talk about that. And we want to thank. Well, actually, Gad, you talk about you give us HM's dono.
HM, what is good? I hope you're happy with the win. Was I the only one screaming, Bam, you better not effing pass at the end? Hopefully this means rest in peace to passive Bam. He even clamped Kyrie in the fourth. No, it took me a second to realize that Bam was actually going to take the last shot. Like, I was watching I think he caught the ball with 9 or 10 seconds left. And I was like, oh, please don't pass it. Please don't pass it. And then he started going down to, it was 4 and then 5. And I was like, all right, Bam, it's go time. You got to go. And then he takes the dribble, he goes to his spot, gets the bucket, and I screamed for about 45 seconds on end. I mean, it was
Same.
crazy watching that shot go in. Like we needed that. Like all of Heat Nation needed that. I tweeted that out after. Bam needed it. The Heat needed it. We needed it. It was perfect for the afternoon to end that way. It really, really was.
No, legit. Like that shot is the reason why I'm sitting here right now. I was going to be upstairs watching the show with everybody else, but I could not contain myself once I saw Bam make that shot. I want to get back to Goran because I want to let Ariel and Brian jump in on them. Brian, we'll throw it to you first, man. Tell me what you saw from Goran tonight.
You know what? The thing I really liked about Goran's game, and this is something I've noticed recently, is him and Bam, I feel like, are developing a really nice chemistry. Like I've said for a while, and you could probably find my tweets, Goran, throw the lob to Bam. A lot of times I'll run the pick and roll, and Goran will either opt to kick it out or pull up from the mid-range. And I feel like as of late, he's been giving the ball up to Bam. And when you have a 6'9", super athletic dude running to the rim and, calling for it, you give the man the ball. So it was really, really nice to see that he's made those plays. I think Ricky said he had 7 assists. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for Goran to be a 20-point per game scorer every night. It'd be nice. You're going to get flashes of that. But I thought his floor game was really good for where he's at in this stage of his career.
Ariel, really quickly, talk about Goran, and then I'll come back to you immediately with the next player.
Yeah, I thought Goran was good. Not great. He had some moments where he showed his age a little bit. Namely, I think I had tweeted out at one point that he was attacking Blake Griffin, not one-on-one, but off of a scramble situation, like on a closeout where Blake was closing out to him and he couldn't get by him. So that was a little bit discouraging. But then he redeemed himself in the fourth quarter. He did get by Blake Griffin the next time he had the opportunity. So he's 1-1 against Blake. I'd love to see the next time they match up how many times he gets by him. But listen, 18, 8, and 7. He wasn't great in terms of efficiency, but he stepped up when the Heat needed him down the stretch in the fourth quarter. He was much better than his white counterpart guard off the bench, who I don't know if we're going to talk about, but we can if y'all want to be negative on here.
We will.
Oh, yes, we will. All right, so I'll save it for then. But yeah, he gave the Heat what they needed, and I don't want to trash him today. I think he was decent. I think he was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, bro. Everybody in the comments, don't tell me that Precious sucks. He didn't play, and I will not tolerate your KZ Okpala slander today. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening.
I will tolerate Precious sucks talk. So you guys choose who you want to pander to.
Right. Okay, so Ariel, I want you to also talk about Kendrick Nunn's game because I honestly don't think Kendrick Nunn got enough minutes. I felt like he was playing really well, and he just kind of got benched for other options. It worked out in the end, so it was fine. But I just felt like Kendrick was having a really solid game, and he didn't get an opportunity to finish it in the way that he could have.
Yeah, he was solid. I mean, he had 17 points. He made 5 threes. Again, with him, it's all about confidence. I think he's playing with that confidence right now. He's gotten much better, in the last year or so in kind of being able to pick his spots and know when to shoot the ball, when to hold up. There was a semi-transition opportunity, I think, in the first half where last year I think he would have attacked and forced it against the taller defender at the rim. But today, he kind of saw that there wasn't going to be a good lane to the basket and it was going to be a tough shot, and he pulled it out. He'd set up their offense. I think they scored on that possession. So he's definitely shown some growth in his game. The reason he isn't playing as much is because Spo insists on playing his white counterpart off the bench all the way the entire fourth quarter. And so if that weren't such a rigid staple of Eric Spoelstra's rotations, then you might see more Kendrick Nunn. But what are you going to do?
Okay, so Ricky, we got a comment that came in here for you, so I want you to read the don't know, address that really quickly, and then we'll move on with everybody else.
Sure.
We'll get to that one next.
Oh, you want me to do this one first?
No, I want you to do Thomas Purchase.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to New Zealand. I got love for my Kiwis out there. Ricky noticed how last season Spo and Jimmy would comment on Tyler's competitiveness, even poor shooting nights. Haven't heard that once this year. Thomas, I think, I don't think they're going to continue to repeat themselves over and over again. If it's common knowledge, then it is what it is. That said, I'm pretty sure they've talked about it a couple of times. We probably paid attention a lot more last season because Tyler was a rookie and was taking the league and a lot of Heat fans by storm. So I wouldn't read too much into that because there are a lot of other pressing matters happening this season that don't necessarily require Eric Spoelstra to talk about how competitive Tyler is. We know who he is. Tyler's not a rookie anymore, and he's expected to be competitive. So
fabulous.
Thank you, Thomas.
Brian, you go ahead and read Dylan Green's comment. That's UK money. I only know that because he put UK in the comment. But read
Pounds.
that, and then you go ahead and you can address that one too, brother. Pounds.
Yeah, Dylan Green, thank you for the $4.99 donation. Irving was 0 of 8 when guarded by Bam. What a win. Shout out from the UK. Love the channel. We love the UK back. And how many centers are doing that? How many centers are guarding Kyrie Irving? What?
No, my bad. Because that's actually that's offensive over there. My bad. I didn't mean that. I meant peace.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can't do 2 fingers. Yeah.
The 2 fingers. That ain't good in England.
We got friends over there in the UK. My guy Dan Healy over there, man. That's my dude. So
Gad and I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
We'll talk. Yeah,
Well, that's a whole other conversation. But I mean,
you're
so
good.
as I was saying, like, how many centers are guarding Kyrie Irving and he's going 0 of 8 on those guys? Name me one. Yeah, that speaks to how special Bam is. That's all I got to say.
So, Gad, the problem child. I'm not going to give you a person because you're not going to listen to it anyway. Talk about who you want to talk about, bro.
Listen, okay. I don't know. I think it's Adam that's producing this. I think it's culture minutes time. I think it's time we dive into the bench and talk about some of the things that we saw tonight. So I'll wait for the graphic to come up whenever it does. But I'm going to keep biding my time here until it does. I just want to say I put it on the bottom of the culture minutes, but shout out Kendrick Nunn. He's been one of our most consistent players this year, and he's finding his role on this team. It's as a catch-and-shoot player who attacks closeouts, and now he's actually giving you something on the defensive end. He's getting one, maybe 2 steals a game. He's actually like learning to play pass lanes a little bit. There's obviously room for improvement there, but he'll get there eventually. And damn, I'm really trying to stall for these culture minutes right now, but this is tough to keep my mouth running this long. Brian, how was your morning?
What?
My morning was actually I don't know if I can talk about my morning. It's not.
We can crush Tyler Herro and we can crush Tyler Herro until Adam.
No, we can talk about Dewayne Dedmon.
You know what? I do want to say I think Tyler Herro should play exactly like Kendrick Nunn's playing in the sense that he should be strictly a catch and shoot guy. He can attack closeouts, he can get the ball on cuts, but shot creation, anything unless it's like an end of clock situation, nah.
Man,
that's my take.
I'm trying not to do this right now, bro.
We just do it for like 3 minutes. Like, he is literally gotta be the dumbest defensive player I've seen in some time. He might be worse than Hassan as just an IQ in terms of his general, his defense. Like, he is consistently helping off of Landry Shamet to Blake Griffin.
The only player on the court that's hitting shots.
The only guy, and he's on fire, and he has 5, 6, 7 threes, and you're helping on Blake Griffin in the post. It is so painfully stupid.
No, it is maddening, Ariel Atias. It is infuriating.
It is.
Let's get back to the good. Ricky, let's talk about who else did good? Trevor Ariza, please. Something other than Tyler. God.
Okay, yeah. So Trevor Ariza, he was Dwayne Wade in the first quarter. Led the team with 9 points, if I remember correctly. It is very clear right now that Trevor Ariza is starting to get his legs back, both on offense and on defense. Early in the season, or early in his time with Miami, we saw that he had really found a way to earn his way into the rotation by making multiple deflections, the kind of thing you would expect out of a bigger power forward, which Trevor Ariza is not. It's good to see that he stepped up to play on a big game like this, because these are the kind of performances we're going to need from a guy like him. Trevor Ariza, let me run down his stats. Okay, he started with 9 points. We're not expecting him to get 30, but in 35 big minutes, he had 15 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 for 9 from the field, 2 free throws, 3 for 6 from 3. That's what you want out of a 3-and-D guy that plays your 3 or 4. That's what you want. Are you going to get those exact numbers every time? No, I wouldn't say so, but the effort is there, the deflections are there, the defensive consistency is there, and I think Heat fans have every reason to feel happy about Trevor Ariza playing the 4 instead of who hasn't played there. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So let's think I got Daniel Rutledge for the 199. Don't know. It says none is greater than Tyler 0. Okay, it's coming in the comments. Ariel has already started the fire. You guys are stoking it. Gad, I feel bad because they haven't put up your culture minutes yet. So
we'll get there. I don't care.
Let's talk about Tyler Herro and the way that he's been performing as of late. I'm going to try and be easy on him because I'm feeling good about the win. I'm to temper my own comments. So I want you guys to talk about what do you think is up with Tyler right now?
This is who he is. I said about he's famine or feast. This is literally the player that Tyler Herro is. He could go for 30 tomorrow, and then the game after he could go for 4. And
when the last time he had
throw
30?
your hands up and you say, "Cool." That's a good question. 20,
He had 29
over 20,
against the Blazers
20,
a few weeks
plus.
ago.
So March 25th, that was the trade deadline, right?
That's when he was free on that
Probably
day.
reason for that.
That was freedom. Weight lifted off the
We'll,
shoulders.
we'll say 20
back.
plus, and he can go for 20 plus in one quarter on any given day, or it could be complete garbage. And it doesn't
When's the
matter.
last time he
because
had
it's not gonna
20 in a
impact the win.
quarter?
So Brian is saying this is who
I'm
he is.
exaggerating.
I hear you.
Is this who Tyler is, or is this a slump? Gad, I'm gonna throw this to you, bro.
That's a really, really tough question, right? Because at this point, like, we've seen a small sample size of him being great, and we've probably seen a greater sample size of him being what he's been, which is really, really inconsistent. So my biggest problem is there's nothing that he's done in order to raise the floor for his game. He still has, through 2 years in the NBA, been a streaky shooter, and that's pretty much been it. There's been attempts to become more of a playmaker. I don't really know if there's been attempts to play defense, honestly. Like, the defense is atrocious. That I cannot overstate how bad the defense is. But, like, you've seen Kendrick Nunn, who looked like he had plateaued last year, and he came back, almost reinvented himself this year, and he has played great. He's been one of our better players this year. Like, Kendrick Nunn deserves all the credit in the world for making the improvements that we've been wanting Tyler Herro to make. So here we go.
We're here.
Culture minutes. Okay, so I just wanted to make this graph pretty much to show that Dewayne Dedmon had a fucking historic performance off the bench today. I believe he had a double-double in 15 minutes, 10 and 10. He hit 8 of 8 free throws. He took one shot and hit his one shot. He did not miss the ball going in the basket a single time, okay? So I just wanted to give credit to Dewayne Dedmon. It's about damn time that he gets minutes at the backup 5 position, and I don't think he shared the floor once with Bam tonight. Bam had 33, Dedmon had 15. So that's how it should be. Dedmon is our backup 5 for the foreseeable future. Dedmon, he's not going to be a 10 and 10 guy every single night, but his ability to play behind Goran and Tyler, whoever's coming off the bench, and just change people's shots because they're getting into the paint at will. They see Dedmon, they get a little more scared as opposed to seeing Precious, who's probably either going to foul them or just let the shot go in. So I was really, really happy with the way Dedmon played. I was happy with the way that Goran played. Herro, you can talk about the way Tyler played.
Wait, you're not hosting, Gad.
I
started out hosting. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's true. So actually, answer Gad's question, Ariel. I came in here like a dictator, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'll fade back into the background. Go ahead.
What was the question? Was I talking about Tyler?
It doesn't matter what he asked you, bro. Let's talk about Tyler Herro because that's what I want to talk about. We'll
More
talk
like
about
the
Dedmon too.
Am I right?
So Tyler Herro, is this a slump or is this who he is as a player? Oh yeah, I saw the lean, Ricky. You ain't gonna catch me, brother. I see you, bro.
I think both can be true at the same time. I think he's definitely slumping a little bit, right? Like, again, he's getting a lot of the same shots he was getting last year. He's just choosing not to take them sometimes, and he'll dribble into the paint for a tougher shot, or he'll just kind of dribble around like a chicken with his head cut off, run into, his own man or something and turn the ball over. But I do think it's a little bit of a slump. Like, I don't think he's a 33% three-point shooter. I know that's what he shot in college, but last year over a full NBA season almost, we have a much bigger sample size to go on based on that. He was like 39% from 3 last year. So I think there's like a middle ground for sure. But right now, this is who he is as a player. He, can't really create any space. He can't get anywhere meaningful without a screen. He can attack off of closeouts, and he can hit spot-up jumpers. When he shoots them with confidence and he gets good lift on his jump shot, keeps strict to his form, he has a much better chance of making his shots. I know it's like a crazy thing to suggest, but that's just the reality with him. As far as what else he brings to the table, if he's not hitting his shots, Gad hit the nail on the head with that one. Nothing. Like, there's just nothing else there. Defensively, he's a catastrophe. I do think he can get better as a player. So I'm going to stop trashing him now. He can get better as a player. I think he will. He's, has a decent skill level to where you would expect him to improve as a player as his career progresses. But this is who he is right now. It just is what it is. And I think that it's on the Heat's coaching staff to kind of adjust not just how they use him, but how much they want to use him going forward in certain spots, such as close games in the fourth quarter. I don't really see why he needs to be playing all 12 minutes every time the game is close.
I don't see why he's playing any of the 12 minutes while the game is close.
Yeah.
You're on the show with me, Ariel. The Tyler Herro slander will never go away completely.
That's why I'm here.
Ricky,
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Is this a slump or is this who he is?
I would say a slump. This guy is in his second year, his second season as an NBA player. He had basically no offseason, no summer league outside of his rookie season. He, along with multiple other players on the better teams, the better finishers last year, are going through it in some form. It manifests itself in the form of an injury, a slump, bad shooting. I'm not too worried about it. He's in his second season. I don't think we know what Tyler Herro is yet, the same way we didn't know. There's a name I'm going to drop on everybody here. There's a point guard that we all want. A lot of us here wanted at the deadline. You remember who that was? That was Kyle Lowry.
Lonzo Ball.
Well, no, that was
Kyle
me.
Lowry.
That was me. But there was a lot of people that wanted Kyle Lowry. Now, Kyle Lowry,
Yeah, we did.
That's fair.
in his second season, was he the player that he was in 2019 when he won the title? He wasn't. Is every player like that? No.
Nope.
But I think it's too early to really to let the clay harden on who Tyler Herro is right now. He's going through a sophomore slump. Earlier in the season, he was doing his thing. He was scoring. There were times when he was practically leading the team in scoring in certain players' absence. And when he wasn't scoring, he was getting a lot of rebounds. And then the team started to change. We had injuries. We had things. And, roles started to shift. Different things were being focused on. So right now with Tyler Herro, he'll work his way through it. He's a confident kid. He obviously works very hard. Just consider his profile right now. He's not super athletic, short arms. To have gotten this far means that he had to work to get there. Guys like him don't usually last long out of college if they get that far to begin with anyways, right? So I say I don't think it's time for a verdict just yet. The jury is still out on Tyler Herro. And remember, we've got the playoffs still coming, and who knows? He might have something special waiting for us then. We'll have to wait and see.
Gad, are you laughing at the comment?
Who is Clay Harden?
Clay Harden.
Anyway,
Ricky, you said we can't let the Clay Harden. Oh my gosh,
Ricky, I think you made some really interesting points. I think Ricky made some really interesting points on Tyler Herro. I just don't agree with most of them.
I do want to add this on for Tyler Herro though. This year on catch and shoot,
you molded.
He is shooting 34%, which is decent. I think 31% overall on pull-ups, and I believe he's taking more pull-ups than catch and shoots this year, about 45% frequency of his field goal. So I think a lot of it might just come down to shot selection. If he plays within his role or his talents, then I think we could see a much better Tyler Herro. Will that happen? Who knows? But again, part of it might just come down to either what he's being asked to do or what he doesn't realize he's not good at.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, like I said, I think you guys are making very valid points about Tyler Herro. I just don't agree. I just think this is closer to who he is than people are giving it credit for. I do believe that he's capable of having big nights. I don't believe that will ever become a consistent thing. So Carlos Morris, thank you for the $3.99 dono. He said Kyle always a dog on defense and competed. I think you missed Ricky's overarching point in which Kyle wasn't always the same. He didn't have the same level of impact that he has now or that he's had for the past couple of seasons when he was first breaking into the league. In his first couple of seasons, Kyle was a late bloomer. Yep. And so I think people need to realize that. Here's the question that was coming up based off of Gad's chart that I wanted to ask everybody. Before we do that, thank you, Brian Drake, with your name spelled absolutely correctly with the $10 dono. He said, Hero's lady don't want the shot. He's stressing out between work and home life, maybe an excuse for his offense, no excuse for his defense. Harden looking like Roy G. Bill, signed Beasley on 420. There are several things in that comment that I just absolutely will not address. I do agree that there's no excuse for the defense that he puts out there. But now I want to talk about Dewayne.
Can I just drop something in there?
By all means.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in, but yeah, like, okay, I'm starting to notice this, and this has been going on for a while, and at least as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of tired, the whole Tyler Herro's girlfriend thing. I mean, I don't really see a point in that continuing.
That's why.
After
That's
a
why
while, it's like,
it was funny at first. I'm not
it's
gonna
tired.
lie. I laughed at first, but it's like,
if I may be so bold to, label it with something, it's borderline sexist. But, I don't want to be a white knight or anything.
What I would say is that you guys in the comments have proven to be better than that. Y'all are more creative than that. Come up with some new jokes, bro. Like, I'm tired of reading about Katya all the time. Like, I don't care anymore. So
she's
let's talk
just minding her
Dewayne
own business.
Dedmon. Let's talk about Dewayne Dedmon before we move on to the next game. And simple yes or no question. Simple yes or no. Brian, is this Dewayne Dedmon spot moving for the rest of the season? Is this Dewayne Dedmon spot moving forward?
Absolutely.
Gat?
Yes.
Ariel?
Should be.
Ricky J. Mark?
Well, let's talk about Spain.
You see? I knew we couldn't get you to give a one-word answer. I knew it. I knew it. Go ahead, bro.
I was kidding. I was kidding.
I really thought you was going to give us a dissertation, bro.
No.
I really thought it, bro.
No.
I know it would have been well thought out and probably convenient for everybody to hear the knowledge, but bro, no, I want you to go ahead and express yourself, bro. Rick, actually, as a matter of fact,
no.
Explain.
Let Ricky speak.
Yeah, you're the only person I'm going to let explain.
Hashtag
go
let
ahead,
Ricky
bro.
speak.
No, I had nothing really. Yes, at this point he fits a role. But yes.
That's crazy, bro. I expected more from you, Ricky. So tomorrow we have the Kelly Olynyk revenge game versus the Houston Rockets.
Oh no!
And I'm going to start.
I gotta let it out. No, I'm kidding.
I'm going to
Yes, sir.
I'm going to start with Ricky. Ricky, the boy feeling good?
Yes, creep.
What the hell?
No, you go ahead. Tell us why you're feeling good, bro.
Wait, for starters, who are we playing tomorrow?
The Houston Rockets.
Oh, they're trash.
I'm playing All-Star Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Bird.
Kelly Bird.
Oh, you
The
know
way
what?
he's been playing.
Excuse me for 1 second. You see, I forgot to do something because before the Timberwolves game, I said that I would eat a cracker on live television if the Heat didn't lose. I will be right back if you will excuse me.
Oh, by all means, go get that. That is high quality television right there. So Ariel, the boy feeling good?
Yeah, the boy feeling good. It's about damn time. This was a big win. Let's turn it around. Put up or shut up. All that stuff. Pat Riley did not lose the trade. Kelly Olynyk's getting clamped tomorrow. Let's go Heat.
I like that. Yeah.
The boy feeling great.
Good?
The boy feeling great. Great. Jimmy Butler's probably going to play tomorrow. We figured out that Dewayne Dedmon is definitely our best backup five. That shores up almost every hole on the team. Like, all we got to do is figure out the guard rotation and how to give number 14 less minutes than Kendrick Nunn, and then we're straight.
Brian, the boy feeling good?
The boy not feeling good. Listen, that man Kelly. I'm so scared of Kelly Olynyk. It's his birthday tomorrow. It's a revenge game. He's playing well. Yes, his birthday. How is this guy averaging 18 and 8 in Houston, shooting 60% from the field, 40% from three? Like, he's a monster. I am terrified. We should win this game, absolutely. But I already know he's gonna go for 30, and he's gonna be a plus fucking 30. Throwaway game.
All right, so I'm gonna see if he's gonna cooperate. Let's say we. Say we. You're not gonna cooperate?
You can do it, buddy.
Say we. Yeah, everybody looking at him. He don't want to be on camera. He's not like his daddy just yet. Anyways, Ricky J. Mark. Do your thing, bro. Yeah, do your thing, bro.
You mean cracker the food, right? Okay.
What?
He's a human being.
I hope you have some water. That thing looks dry.
Yeah, it's dry. It's
ASMR.
Angular. No, it's actually very angular.
Who uses the word angular in casual conversation?
I am terrified of Kelly Olynyk, Hoodie Matty.
I hope you have a water bottle to wash that down.
So, anyways, y'all know where the boy at. The Heat are fit to blow that shit out, bro. We're just talking about. Listen, Miami, this is going to be the start. Like I want this to be the start. So hopefully this is the start of what is going to be our push towards making our way to one of the top 5 seeds and out of the play-in game in the Eastern Conference. It's an uphill battle because the Celtics are playing better. A couple other teams that are ahead of us are playing good. The Knicks are playing pretty well. So we have an uphill climb in front of us, and I think that tonight was definitely a good launching point for this team. So I think we're going to play a whole lot better. So,
oh wait, also word is Vic is coming back. At least that's what people are saying on Twitter.
At some point this season.
At some point this season. So, yeah, we have that to look forward to. We good.
Yeah, I would absolutely be thrilled with the man coming back for a little while. Hi guys. Oh, I just read the private chat. Either way, can I pay the bills now?
Kelly Olynyk is a looter in a riot.
Yes, he is.
Time to pay the bills.
I ain't worried about him.
Literally and figuratively.
Ricky, as you're eating your crackers, let's talk about Vertagear,
won't
brother.
get shot, but that's another conversation. Vertagear.
Telling you.
All right, so y'all know Vertagear by now, right? Here's the thing: I see 3 kings and 2 really great panelists on this show. You see what I'm working with right now? You see what I'm working with? You see this? You see this? That's Vertagear, ladies and gentlemen. We are elites. We are good at what we do. You know how we know? Because there's almost 750 of you watching us right now. Whether we suck or not, y'all are watching us, so we doing the right thing. And the only way to do that is by sitting in comfort. When I came back to Florida a couple of months ago, I hurt my back. So sitting up is actually not very comfortable right now until I complete my back rehab and all that other fun stuff. Vertagear has actually got one of these little pad things that are on the back that allow me to sit and stream and partake in the festivities and the revelry with all of you without feeling terrible. Look at that. Look at this, stallion just shimmy. My Lord. I mean, I ain't even... You know what I'm saying? That's just... Oh, sorry. I got distracted. Excuse me, the radiance of his melanin. So moving along, basically, Vertagear, we're going to leave a link down in the bottom below because I honestly don't know what it is. But Vertagear will take care of you. You buy a Vertagear chair through our link. You'll get a pretty solid discount. And you'll be able to... Who knows? You might even be a guest someday on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Crazier things have happened.
Are you promising
A year
that?
ago... No, I wouldn't dare. A year ago, none of us here were on the show, and here we are. And I have a feeling that Vertagear might have something to do with it, because look at the comfort. You see the blue? You see how it meshes with the background here? I'll let y'all figure out what skyline that is later. But, hey, Vertagear, your butt will thank you. Come on, get on it. Okay?
My man. Beautiful pan of the bills,
Come
Ricky.
on, man. Now
Brian.
back to this cracker.
What's up?
You the primary sponsor of the 5 Reasons Sports Network, Biscayne Bay Brewing.
Oh, we love some Biscayne Bay Brewing. Man, what time is it over there? 6? Almost 7? This is a perfect time to crack open the cold one with the boys or by yourself because it's still a pandemic out there. Be safe. But it's a nice spring day.
Facts.
I bet it's nice outside Miami. You go to the lake, hang out with your boys, your family. What kind of beers they got up there? Well, yeah, the lake. A lake.
The
Nature.
ocean.
You can go to the ocean. Go to the beach. It's perfect. They got the Miami Bay IPA.
Nope.
What else do they have? The
Tropical Bay.
Tropical Bay IPA.
Tropical Bay IPA.
They got Marlins
I don't
Lager.
know. I don't see them on the Marlins
got the
Lager,
Bass Town-
which is their
I don't know who
favorite
produced it tonight.
Marlins.
We miss Manny.
Well, yeah. Point is, listen, you can get it at your local stores. You can get it at restaurants. You don't see it on the menu. You can ask for it. Have a damn good spring day and get a nice cold Biscayne Brewing beer. That's all I got. Drink responsibly,
Brian.
people. It's that type of a day. What's up?
Did you get a little change from Biscayne Bay today, bro? I think you need to be a little more careful with the way you talk about these folks in this bill.
Teach
That
these
beer
devils.
that beer looks delicious. If I was out in Miami, I know I would grab a few of them, more than a few.
I don't even
So
drink.
y'all need to do right by Biscayne Bay Brewing, man. You'll get used to it today.
Ariel, you can talk about Miami Grill from Canada.
Yes, Miami Grill. See, we don't have it in Canada, but whenever I'm in South Florida, I make sure to head on down to Miami Grill, pre-game, post-game, whatever. They're open late. They've got the best of everything. Anything you're craving, they're making. They've got cheesesteaks, Greek gyros, wings, whatever you want. They make phenomenal food, reasonably priced if you're on a budget. And if you're not, you should still be eating there late night or during the day, whenever you like. Check out Miami Grill. Food's really good.
I don't know who's producing tonight, but it is not Manny, and it is obvious. So let's talk about some of the shows that we got coming up this week. Gad, you're talking about walkouts and knockouts today, man.
Walkouts and knockouts. Listen, if you had the pleasure of watching walkouts and knockouts yesterday, then you know that one of either Ben Askren or Jake Paul was going to win the fight between Ben Askren and Jake Paul last night. Okay, that is just information that they give you. That is the inside stuff, right? You got my man Ariel in the top left, Game Blouses Max Player, and you have Jonathan Ramlakan, who also does a fantastic job on the post-game shows, who is on that as well. And I believe you guys had a guest this week, Ariel?
Alfredo Arteaga.
The fight genius, Alfredo Arteaga. That's you, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
So I watched about anywhere from 30 seconds to more than that of walkouts and knockouts, and it truly changed my experience going into this fight. I had a great time watching the Justin Bieber concert last night because the fight lasted 108 seconds. And walkouts and knockouts, if you're going to watch combat sports, whether it's MMA, boxing, MMA or boxing, then you go ahead and you tune in to walkouts and knockouts, and it'll change your life.
Beautiful.
Speaking
beautiful.
of changing lives,
Why we pay him the big bucks.
I mean, I gotta say this. I can't keep it in. I can't keep it in.
Speak, King.
So something happened to me earlier last week, and I was watching the most recent walkouts and knockouts episode, and okay, all right, I'm all right.
It's okay. Take your time. Take your time.
All right, so I walked. Oh, jeez. Okay, so
You
I
got
walked
it. You
into
got
a
it, King. Don't worry.
No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I walked into the Blaze Pizza not far from my house, and
We getting Papa John's for 50% off, and you talking about Blaze?
no, I'm aware of that, but this is why I did this, because I felt confident. I felt like a fighter. All right, and there was a young woman there by the name of Melissa. Okay, Melissa had been someone that I had been very cordial with for quite some time. Little did I know, she was newly single, because apparently the person that she had been dealing with was wasting her time and had no real direction in their life. I had no interest in going into this situation seeking anything crazy. I was just going in, check out the pizza place, see what it was all about. I left with 10 numbers that lead directly to her phone. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes,
I didn't even ask for it, man. I didn't even ask for it.
And why is this?
And here's what's crazy, right? This is how I know it's fate, man. This is how I know it's fate. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here, brother. I'm here.
She got her 2 shots at the same time I did, and guess what? We'll be fully vaccinated by this Tuesday. You know what that means?
Moderna.
No, it's Pfizer gang. We'll talk about that later. We have a date this Thursday, and I think she's the one, y'all. And the only way this happened was because of walkouts and knockouts. I walked out of my house, and I spotted me a knockout, and now we going out.
You walked out and you knocked out.
That's a beautiful
Inspirational,
story.
King. Inspirational.
Wow.
Brian, today you get to talk about the shoot around, brother.
Listen, the shoot around is a 180-second clip that Ariel and Gad
140.
game.
140.
140 seconds.
Nobody got time
I'm sorry,
for that.
it's 140-second clip that Ariel and Gad post every day, or not every day, every game day.
Not today.
Y'all should check it out. You'll get some damn good information. Ricky is crying over there, man. You good?
No, praise God, man. Praise God. I'm good.
Right,
Continue.
shout out to you. Shout out to the shoot around. Y'all need game day information, and you want to watch the shoot around. I believe it's on either of your Twitters, or you can find it on the Five Reasons YouTube channel. So peep that.
It goes live right after we post it.
There you go.
That would be correct. That would be very correct, Ariel.
Which would mean that there's going to be one tomorrow. You guys should absolutely be on the lookout for that.
My man. So, good news for everybody. I don't know if they've confirmed it yet, but I've confirmed it myself. We're going to do an episode of the Clutch Corner on Thursday because we have not done one in too long. So, there we go. Oh, that's who's producing back there? No wonder this was a goddamn mess. So we're going to do an episode of the Clutch Corner this Thursday. Don't quite know what we're going to talk about, but we'll figure it out. And so you guys make sure you check that out Thursday, 8 p.m. I don't even know what time we do the show anymore. But so thank you guys for joining us in the comments, always making the show much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my guy Ariel. Thank you to Brian. Thank you to Gad. And thank you to the guy Ricky J. Mark for joining us. Make sure you guys like, subscribe this channel, subscribe to RJM Radio. Make sure you read Brian's stories on Reddit. Watch all our stuff, bro. It's good content. And we're a content machine right now, bro. We're going strong and we're getting stronger just like the team. Go ahead, RJM.
Available everywhere podcasts exist.
Ooh.
I promise you.
See, that boy feeling real good. He plugging his own shit over here. So, thanks, everybody. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Play the video, Adam.
Peace.
Play the video, Adam. Play the video, Adam.